listening to WPAT 9:30 a.m.
The following program is presented by its producer, host, and sponsors.
There is nothing wrong with your radio, your mobile device, or your computer. Do not attempt to adjust the controls. We are controlling the transmission. We control the music you hear. We control the monologue between the songs. For the next half hour, sit quietly, and Dawoud the Renegade Sufi will control all that you hear. And whatever you see that you can't cope with is entirely your own problem. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the overnight shift. That was Weather Report with a classic Teen Town featuring the bass virtuosity of Jaco Pastorius. And you are listening to the Overnight Shift on AM 930 WPAT, and my name is Dawoud the Renegade Sufi, and I will be with you for approximately 25 more minutes, maybe 30, who knows. And it is Saturday, the very 20th of July, 2019. Before we begin, special shout out to William Kareem, the executive producer of this show, who will be with you after I relinquish the airwaves, and will be bringing you an hour and a half of the hour before, an hour of an hour and a half. So, you do the math. I can't figure it out anymore. And after which he will be bringing Imam Yusuf Ramadan for a new day of Al-Islam in America. Special shout out to the president of Africa, the Groovy King himself, Brother Obaby, who has given you 2 hours of beautiful music from the continent of Africa. I would like to take a moment, if I may, to acknowledge an anniversary. I'm sure you all are aware of this, but I would be remiss in my responsibilities if I didn't make mention of the fact that today is the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission to the moon, where the United States of America succeeded in landing human beings on the surface of the moon and successfully returning them to the Earth. A lot of people are not aware of how close that mission came to being a disaster. When Armstrong and Aldrin were guiding the lunar landing module, named the Eagle, to the surface of the moon, and they were going towards the place where they were supposed to land, suddenly their onboard computer started giving an alarm. It was called, it said it was a 1202 alarm, and neither Armstrong nor Aldrin nor anybody at Mission Control in Houston knew what a 1202 alarm was. So finally, what Armstrong did was he turned the onboard computer off and then manually landed the Eagle on the surface of the moon. They were already 20 miles off course, and they had less than 28 seconds of fuel left when this happened. So fortunately, they had Neil Armstrong, who had nerves of steel and amazing abilities of concentration and be able to think in an emergency situation. They landed on the moon, and the rest was history. So The overnight shift salutes these men. Let's continue with some music. I'm going to reach into the past and bring out something that you probably won't expect. But then again, that's what Dawoud the Renegade Sufi does. Let's see what I've got here for you.
Nice switch.
Howlin' Wolf with the classic Smokestack Lightnin'. That's some serious music, isn't it? Let's shift gears just a little bit here for you. Here's something called, what is this called? This is called Time of Extinction by a heavy metal group called Jambanai, a Chinese heavy metal group. Let's hear what Chinese heavy metal sounds like. The Bird. Charlie Parker with the classic Donna Lee, featuring a very young Miles Davis on the trumpet. And in fact, for all of Miles Davis's life, he actually insisted that it was he and not Charlie Parker who wrote that song. I guess I'll have to leave that one to the jazz historians. And before that, Time of Extinction, a very intense and frightening piece of music by Jambanai, a heavy metal group from China, which is something you don't hear every day, but that's my job. I'm here to bring you music that you can't hear anywhere else, that you don't get anywhere else, or to occasionally bring up something that you might not have heard in a while, and to rekindle those old musical memories. Here's a little something that goes back a few years. This is something by one of the great progressive rock trios who were among the first to mix classical music with heavy metal, or with rock music, because heavy metal technically didn't exist when this was recorded and composed. This is Emerson, Lake and Palmer with the classic Welcome Back, My Friends.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that night. See the show.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Welcome back, my friends. And you are still tuned in to the overnight shift on AM 930 WPAT 930 AM, and I am still Dawoud the Renegade Sufi, and I got a little bit time left, so I'm going to bring a little bit of music. Here's something I think you'll like. This is something fairly new. It's a song called Crowned and Kissed by Esperanza Spalding.
Everyone you touch just turns to gold. And I want you to know I'll be by your side. I'm here to love you.
Esperanza Spalding, Crowned and Kissed. In any case, I can see by the clock on the computer that our time is coming to an end. I hope that wherever you are, You're safe, you're warm, you're healthy, you're with someone you love, and your cookie jar is filled to the very brim with the cookies of your choice. And we now return control of your radio, computer, or mobile device to William Kareem for the hour before the hour before. Until next week, when Dawoud the Renegade Sufi will bring you the overnight shift.